In a small town where time went on its own, there lived a man named Maxwell Cross. His ordinary life took an unusual turn after a strange incident. Every night, Maxwell had a dream that was an exact repeat of his previous day. However, in this strange dream, he had the freedom of choice. If during the day in real life he always got to work by bus, in the dream nothing prevented him from taking the subway. One day, Maxwell made a decision in his dream to help a stranger who asked for alms on the street. The next day in real life, he encountered the same beggar who greeted and thanked him. So, unintentionally, Maxwell discovered that what he decided in his nighttime dream influenced what happened during the next day. The interweaving between dream and reality created a sense of déjà vu, but with unexpected twists and turns. Intrigued by this phenomenon, Maxwell began to carefully plan his dreams to influence reality. He began to play with time, like an artist creating his own masterpiece. But even for someone with such power, life has its surprises. One day, passing by a bar where Maxwell usually relaxed with friends after work, he witnessed a traffic accident. A motorist, not having time to brake, hit an old man crossing the road to death. The driver died along with the old man. Considering himself superior to an ordinary man, Maxwell decided to save this old man in his dream. And so, same place, same time, same wind ruffling his hair, and the same elderly citizen about to cross the road. "Stop!" shouted Maxwell. The old man paid no attention. "Old man, stop!" Maxwell switched to running and miraculously saved the elderly man. The old man, recovering from shock, could barely utter words of gratitude. But for our hero, they were indifferent, because this is not the first time when Maxwell helps people who, it would seem, hope remains only for a miracle. Waking up with a sense of slight pride, Maxwell, as always, went to take a cold, even icy shower, bringing him to a sense of reality. Though, what exactly was reality to him? That was a question even he couldn't answer. Preparing his breakfast, Maxwell turned on the TV. At that moment, that very pride was replaced by different feelings. A serious traffic accident occurred last night at the intersection of Tillery Street and Flatbush Avenue. A drunk driver ran a red light and rammed a bus carrying passengers. 5 people died, 3 of them children. 4 more people were seriously injured. Now they are in intensive care, reported the news anchor. Drenched in guilt, fear, and anxiety, Maxwell realized in a flash that he had no control over anything. With anger, he smashed the TV. How many more of these acts of kindness turned to tragedy? How many more fates have I ruined? His dreams began to spiral out of control, and what he thought was a good thing turned more and more into a nightmare. The decisions in his dreams began to lead to even worse consequences. Every day, Maxwell came one step closer to insanity. In his quest to make the world a better place, he began to fail more and more. Faced with difficult moral choices, trying to find a balance between his desires and his responsibilities to society, he began to lose himself. One night, deprived of his strength and morals, Maxwell refused to change anything about his dream, even though the day he had lived was far from ideal. He was tired of his actions not leading to the events he wanted. It seemed to him that the entire city was waiting for his actions, as if his entire destiny depended on him alone. But filled with a determination to leave things as they were, Maxwell didn't deviate from his routine for a moment. "It's for the best," was the only phrase uttered by Maxwell that distinguished his dream. The next moment he awoke in his bed, feeling the uncertainty and excitement. The abruptness of the awakening could not leave him alone, for the dream had not yet been fully lived. For the first time in a while, Maxwell experienced these feelings again. They seemed the brightest of his life. "No way," Maxwell said hopefully. More than anything, he wanted the gift that had become a curse to disappear. It was 6:24 and it was time for Maxwell to get up, but the drowsiness that seemed to come out of nowhere was taking over. Feeling that perhaps this was the time he could get a good night's sleep, Maxwell closed his eyes, and that's what happened. A smile spread through his sleep, for he was finally having a variety of dreams, and most importantly, normal dreams. Finally, in a long time, he could rest and just watch what was going on in his head. During those couple of hours, he managed to sunbathe on a sunny beach, feed the ducks in the city park, visit the theater, and meet a girl in a bar. Waking up again, he felt wetness on his cheek. It was tears of happiness, releasing him from his contrived responsibility, rolling onto his pillow. Maxwell had abandoned his role as painter of the fateful canvas, and instead decided to follow the path of truth. As the days and nights passed as if escaping the spell, he began to come to his senses. Now his days would follow their natural course. And so ended Maxwell's story. Life had taught him that sometimes it is better to leave things as they are than to torment himself with what-if questions. With 100 attempts to change our day, we can never predict the outcome of our actions. So let's live for today, no matter how bad it may be. Don't forget to subscribe.